Hello there, my name is Michael Maynard and welcome back to Gorilla Picking. Now, what we are going to do today, guys, we are going to review this little Lockwood padlock. It is a Lockwood 130/70, and before we go any further, it is absolute junk, okay folks. If you are just tuning into this for a quick review and not for a lock sport video, then you don't really need to go past this. This is a piece of rubbish, do not buy it. However, we do need to go into it in a little bit more detail, and we do need to tell you guys some more about it. So why don't we zoom in here and you can have a look at the little beast. So it's a Lockwood discus lock. These things are made of pressed steel, so they're made in two halves like a clamshell and then welded together at the seam that runs around the middle. Not a particularly strong construction, certainly not anywhere near as solid as a monoblock, as a one-piece lock. But they're actually designed for locking up much the same things. So these things are designed for things, well, they're not designed for shipping containers, but believe me, people use these for locking up shipping containers. They use them for gates, they use them for outdoors industrial applications, and these locks just aren't suited to that. So what are they in essence? They are a 5-pin padlock, so they use these little wee small format non-rekeyable 5-pin cores, which already should be a bit of a red flag to you guys. These cores are just ridiculously simple to pick. The shackle arrangement is actually a pretty good idea. So the idea here is that whatever it is that you're locking up should pretty much cover that entire area there and leave you with no opportunity to attack the shackle. And later on we're going to do just that. Actually, we're going to have a crack at ripping into the shackle and see what happens. But the idea is okay. The execution is flawed though, because the rest of the padlock is just so easy to defeat, and again, you're going to see that shortly. Now, next thing we need to do is pick it. I don't think that's going to take us too long, guys, and I'm going to do that in my hand because this is one of the few locks that you can actually hold in your hand and pick, and is easier to do that way than in the vise. So give me 2 seconds and we'll get that done. Alright gents, so I've got myself together. Now we're going to use bottom of the keyway tension, so it's locked up here, and get in there and just give it a little bit of clockwise tension. I am going to use a Sparrow's offset hybrid in 25 thousandths. Down to the back of the lock, little click on 5, not much on 4, 3 already feels set actually, nothing much on 2, nothing much on 1. Okay, back to the back of the lock again, nothing much on 5, 4 feels set as well. I think all the action's got to be on 2 and 1 now, guys. Little click on 2, little click on 1, and it's open. So look, ridiculously easy to pick, but then again, because it was this pathetic little 5-pin core with no security pins, it always was going to be that easy. But I think we can do better than that, guys. I think we can probably attack this in some other ways. So let's take this outdoors and give it a bit of a hot supper. Okay guys, well, we're in my back garden, and what I've done is lock that lock up to the back shed. Now we know that virtually no locks in fact, get picked by criminals. Criminals use more destructive techniques. So what we're going to do here is get in there first of all with a set of bolt cutters and see how far we can get. My guess is pretty much nowhere, but what I've got here is a nice solid set of 18-inch bolt cutters. So let's see if we can first of all get onto this thing, and yep, we can, just no more. Alright, now let's give it some welly. Yeah, okay. Alright, I can tell you now the bolt cutters are going to go absolutely nowhere. They did not even make an impression. So next thing I think we'll probably try, how about we get in there with a drill. Let's see if we can drill this thing, eh? More locks get broken into by drilling than virtually any other method, so we're going to get in there with a drill and a screwdriver, and we're going to see what happens. Let's get in there with a screwdriver and see if that slips off. Yep, and it does. Okay, well that's really interesting, guys. We are chewing through it, but we are not chewing through it fast enough, and we're having trouble getting onto that shackle. Alright, let's go back inside. Okay guys, well there you go. Lockwood and Assa Abloy should be ashamed of themselves, really. This is just a 70mm diameter piece of rubbish. That, you know, really is what it boils down to. Drilling through there took us about 30 seconds flat. The core here is very soft indeed. It's just some brass alloy, obviously, and that was enough to get us in. If you muffled that drill, nobody's going to hear you do that. Now the angle grinder did surprise me a little bit. I thought it was going to chew through this quicker than it did. I was surprised that it was as hard as it was, and it was actually quite difficult to get the angle grinder onto here. So I'd say that grinding and cutting through the shackle is probably a no-go on this. The two easy ways in are through that core. Either you pick the thing, which will take you about 30 seconds flat, or you'll drill it, which will take you about the same time. So if you want to keep something outdoors secure, gents, Lockwood say they give this a 7 out of 10 security rating, whatever the hell that means. It's just ridiculous. If you want to keep something secure outside, guys, you buy a monoblock padlock like this. This isn't an advertisement for Caesar locks. As far as I know, you can't actually get these in New Zealand. But that thing there has got drill protection galore. It's got a difficult core to pick. It's got a lot of things going for it. If you want to lock up something in an outdoor environment, for God's sake, go to a locksmith and buy the right stuff for the job. Don't go to a hardware store and buy a piece of shit. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. My name's Michael Maynard. This is Gorilla Picking. Hi there, guys, and thank you so much for watching the video that you've just seen. I would love you guys to be part of the Gorilla Picking team. So please subscribe, please comment on the video that you've just seen. Please email me on gorillapicking@gmail.com. Please be part of the collaborative environment that is Gorilla Picking. Thanks for watching.